What's good, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys fragrance mists that work for every single occasion. I absolutely love those fragrances that you don't have to think about. If you're rushing, you can just grab it and go. So anyways, before we get into it, definitely go like, comment, and subscribe, as well as go follow me on all of my social media. All my links should be down below, and let's go. The first fragrance is Gingham, and I have not mentioned Gingham on my channel in so long, literally so long, maybe because I actually repeated it in every other video for a really long time, because it is just like an OG favorite of mine. Like from when I got back into Bath and Body Works like 2 years ago, that has been just like my go-to fragrance. It's perfect because it's nice, it's fresh, there's clementine notes in there, so it has a little bit of sweetness. It's not just like your typical like linen fragrance. It's definitely much more than that, and I love it because you can wear it to the gym, you could wear it, you know, out to eat with your friends, you could wear it even on a date, because like who doesn't want to smell fresh? I think that's why I've always loved fresh fragrances, because if you smell clean, like you literally can take on the world. It is one of those fragrances that it doesn't offend anyone's noses, at least anyone that I've asked what their opinions are of it. Everyone seems to like it. It's just a quick and easy fragrance that you don't need to think about. So definitely, if you have not tried it already, which you guys all probably have, definitely go get that. The next one is Rose, and the reason why I love the fragrance mist Rose is because it works for everything. Specifically, like you can wear this to the fanciest of fancy occasions, like literally like the most expensive dinner, and you could also wear it when you wake up and like you're going to grab coffee. It is a fragrance that works for everything, and it's funny because I used to hate the fragrance Rose. If you guys have been following me, like the OG subscribers, you would know I made like a fragrance mist I like regret buying video, and that was actually in it. And then randomly, I just became like in love with it. I guess my nose just changed, and I'm obsessed with Rose. Speaking of Rose, I need to whip that back out like immediately. But yeah, I love that fragrance because it's definitely sophisticated. It has just a little bit of sweetness that, you know, yes, it is a straight up rose, but it has just a little bit of sweetness that makes it, you know, tolerable for people who don't really love florals. I've gotten like good feedback on. Many people say that they like rose. So if you need something that will work for everything, and especially like if you want to buy something that smells expensive, but you're not breaking the bank, and also a fragrance that works for everything, I would say definitely get Rose. Okay, the next one is just Chef's Kiss. Amazing. Aqua Kiss. Aqua Kiss. Can we get a standing ovation for Aqua Kiss? That fragrance, you guys, is just out of this world. The most expensive smelling body mist like ever. It is so fresh, but it has florals in there, daisy notes. It is so bright, so aquatic. It is stunning. It literally should be called like Natalie Fragrance Mist, because it's everything that I love to wear in one. It is such an outstanding fragrance. I can't even begin to like rant to you guys enough about how much I love that fragrance. And it's another one that I mentioned on my channel non-stop, and I had to give it a break because I just was beating it like a dead horse, because I adore Aqua Kiss so much. It's great because it's so expensive smelling, but it's a fragrance that you could wear to go get Starbucks in. It's something that I know it's not going to offend anyone's nose. It is beautiful. It is for sure a compliment getter. I would say out of the three I just mentioned, that one definitely is the most compliments. Aqua Kiss is amazing. Literally, I don't know what my throat is doing. Like, it's so funny. The second I turn on my camera, like my eyes itching, my eyelashes falling off, like everything goes wrong. Once the camera's on, everything goes wrong. If you guys are a YouTuber, then you understand. But yeah, it is such a gorgeous fragrance, and you need it in your life, like immediately. Okay, the next one is Warm and Cozy. Now this is from Victoria's Secret as well. Warm and Cozy it has a special place in my heart. I would have to say, like, that's in my top 5 favorite fragrances, like, of all time, like, perfumes included. Like, it is so good. It is like that typical Netflix and chill type vibe, but it's also something that I have worn on dates, and I want to feel beautiful, I want to feel sexy, I want to feel warm, cozy. It actually has a coconut note in there, but it's so weird because if you smell it, you wouldn't think it has coconut in it. It is such an original fragrance. I've never smelled anything like it. I know Victoria's Secret put out, what was it? It was like Velvet Petals. Was it Velvet Petals Heat? I think so. And it smelled very similar to it. I forget what fragrance mist, though, Victoria's Secret put out as well that smelled very similar to it. But other than that, I've never smelled anything similar to it. It is stunning. The amount of compliments that I have gotten while wearing Warm and Cozy, I have to say, like, that is in probably, like, my top 5 most complimented fragrances of all time. Like, literally, like, fragrance mist and perfumes included. I just get the amount of compliments on that is crazy. And specifically from men, like, that is the fragrance to wear. Oh my God, like, I don't know what my hair is doing right now. That is the fragrance to wear if you want to impress your crush, because it's fire. The next one is Midnight Bloom, and this is a little bit sweeter version of In the Stars. It is so elevated, beautiful. Apparently it smells like Baccarat Rouge, whatever the heck, that I never know how to pronounce, but it definitely smells very similar to Ariana Grande Cloud. I'm trying to think of the other fragrance that it smells like, but it definitely smells very similar to In the Stars, just definitely a little bit sweeter. It is so beautiful. It is insanely expensive. That is definitely in my, like, top most complimented fragrances, as well as, like, most expensive smelling fragrances. And let me tell you, if you want a fragrance to last, you need to purchase Midnight Bloom, because it lasts all day stinking long. Midnight Bloom is just an outstanding fragrance. I would definitely recommend to pick that one up. And it's funny because Midnight Bloom, I feel like everyone, like, passed up. No one, like, thought to smell it or buy it in the store. Like, going in Victoria's Secret all the time, like, 2 years ago, I could care less about Midnight Bloom. I don't even think I picked it up. I was just like, whatever. No, like, that is Victoria's Secret's, like, top 3 best fragrances ever, literally ever. It's so, so good. And the last one is Dahlia. I think I chose Dahlia because, again, it's so versatile, but if you want to wear it somewhere really fancy, it would really work for that. But it's also something that's, you know, casual enough that you could wear to school. It is like a statement perfume. It smells super expensive, super one of a kind. Dahlia is just giving woman. Like, it is giving businesswoman. I know what I'm talking about. Like, the it girl. Like, it is giving. It is giving. The next one is Bare Vanilla. And the thing about Bare Vanilla, it's not your typical just vanilla fragrance. It is so much more than that. I think that there's a cashmere note in there. It is something just so different than your plain old, like, warm vanilla sugar or, like, vanilla lace or, like, a typical vanilla, you know? This is something so much, like, more. It's more elevated. It's beautiful. It is something you could wear every day, like, to school, but you could also wear that to, like, literally a banquet. Like, you could wear that for so many different things. It is a fragrance that I have worn the heck out of, and it's super long lasting as well. Like, if I spray that on my clothes and I go to do, like, laundry, my clothes still smell like Bare Vanilla. And I love that because fragrances that last all day are super important to me. Don't get me wrong, there are those fragrances that don't last all day and I still wear and I absolutely love. And it's definitely easier for me because I, you know, like, do YouTube from home so I could reapply throughout my day. So it's easy for me to do, but I know not everyone, you know, is home and working from home. So if you apply a fragrance, you want to be able to put it on and have it last the whole day. So if you need a fragrance mist to do that, I would definitely say try out Bare Vanilla. Alright, you guys, that is everything I have to show you. I hope you enjoyed this video. Before I go, I'm going to leave you guys off with a little message of encouragement. I want to talk about being a Christian when times get hard. And let me tell you, I have experienced some hard stuff. And I have had those moments where I'm like, hey God, are you still there? Are you even there at all? Is this just one big joke? Because when you're going through something so rough, it's hard to be a Christian. It's so much easier to be a Christian when you scored the new job, life's going good, you have all your friends. It's easy to be a Christian when everything's going good. It's hard to be a Christian when your world is falling apart right in front of you. You know, I think back to, when my dad was alive, and when I found out that he was terminally ill, and I found out that he had 2 to 5 years and he didn't even make it to the 2 years, he passed in 1 year and 4 months from his diagnosis. And, I remember it just every day, it got a little bit harder to have faith. In the beginning of his diagnosis, we had faith. We were like, you know what, God, we take this, we're praying that that there is a miracle of my dad living, but we know that that is near impossible, because he's terminally ill. So we knew that, and we knew what we were in for, but we had God, and we were like, you know what, we're going to be good. And then progressively, a month passes, 6 months pass. Now my dad's health is really going down, just going down. Every day the suffering got worse. It became harder and harder to trust in God, because how do you witness suffering? How do you experience loss? How do you experience that and love God so much at the same time? And I'm here to tell you that it's so possible. And it's about putting in the work and seeing God's glory, because it's not easy. And we all have our moments. I don't care how Christian you are, how strong your faith is. It doesn't matter. We all have our moments where we're like, God, what are you doing? Where are you? What's up? Why is this happening to me? We're human. We are human. That's okay. But it's about reminding yourself of all of God's glory. And God has such a plan. And sometimes his plan we don't understand. And, there's going to be suffering, and life's not easy. And no one ever promised that it's going to be easy. But your life is going to be worth it if you follow God. And God will make every situation so much easier. I'm telling you guys, I don't know what I would have done when my dad was ill. And, now that he's gone, I don't know what I would have done without God. I would have lost my mind. I don't know what I would have done. Because as, it got harder and harder, and my faith kept getting tested and tested, I was like, nope, I'm not letting this waver my faith. My father was like, nope, that's not wavering my faith. On my dad's hardest nights, he was still loving God. He was still, even when he couldn't talk anymore, I would put a sermon to his ear of his favorite pastor. On the toughest of tough nights, those are the nights that you have to focus on. The glory of God. Those are the most important times to get in the Word, the most important times to pray and ask God to become closer to him, because in those moments you need him. And I know when you're going through a rough situation, the first thing you want to do is throw your hands in the air and push yourself away from God. That's the first thing we want to do, because what happens in real life? Someone's bothering you or someone's not helping you. I don't need you anyways. I don't need you anyways. But we can't do that with God. It becomes so easy as life gets rough to want to push God away. But I promise you, in those moments, it is so important to not allow that to happen and get closer to him. It's okay. We have our moments. We have our times where we're like, God, what's up? That's okay. God understands that. But it's about lifting yourself back up and saying, you know what? God's good. God's good all the time, and all the time God is good, and I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to keep that front and center. And yeah, I might be going through a rough situation, but guess who I got in my corner? I got God in my corner. So I wanted to leave you guys with that today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this video just made you smile for a little bit or brighten your day. I love you. I love you. I love you. There are so many blessings on the way, and so many blessings right in front of you. You just haven't realized them yet. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in my next one.